Hey everyone, it's Drev here, and well, welcome. As you can quite clearly see, this is a new game that I'm playing. I know you haven't seen a video from me for a couple of weeks now, I think, due to the ending of the modded series I was doing with Jay, and until I start my new series, not necessarily with Jay, we're still trying to work things out for what we're going to do next and stuff, also finding time in his schedule and mine to record something. So for now I want to play something else, and this is what I've chosen. It's a new game. Well, it's a new game that I came across. I stumbled across it on one of my game application things, one of those applications where you look and you've got game shops and stuff like that. It's basically, it was either on Steam or on another one that's similar to it that I've got all the games on. And I think currently, as of today, it is on sale. Today being the 28th of October. So it's a Halloween Steam sale basically. I do believe it is on sale on Steam just now. And basically anyone who is pretty much a similar age to me will probably recognize this game as soon as we get in, because there was a game when I was a lot younger that was out that was a build-based game that this is, and that's what this is. This is a dungeon building game basically. You start the map, we'll start the map, you'll see exactly what it's like because we'll go through the motions. Now I have already played through some of this campaign, but I've decided to restart the campaign's process to basically play through it with you guys. It's a fun game, I bloody love it. As you can see, it's called War for the Overworld. So yeah, there's a lot of narrating going on in this, so I probably won't do much talking, or I'll try not to talk over the narrator while he's saying stuff. As far as my sound levels goes, please let me know if the music or the sound effects, or you can't hear the narrator's voice very well, and I can adjust the volumes of individual things. So just let me know how everything sounds. As far as my volume, I can't really do anything about that besides make everything quieter and boost me later on during video editing. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we can get into this game. I know I mentioned briefly that I will be starting a modded series. It's a modded Minecraft series. I will talk more about that when I actually get to recording it. Okay? So, unless you obviously want me to talk about it, in which case, comment. You know, as always. I'll say this all at the beginning now. Like, comment, subscribe, leave me a comment please, and view my video as much as possible. Share it around, I don't mind. I'm pretty much wanting to show you this game. I absolutely love it, and I honestly think this game needs a bit more attention than what it's getting, to be honest. So I'm hoping that I can maybe get it out there and get people seeing it. That's pretty much it. So I've waffled on for long enough.
I've been looking for someone to spearhead my campaign. But before we get stuck in, let's refresh that old mind of yours.
So yeah, let's get stuck in. Yeah, these are achievements I've already pretty much gotten because I have played through this before. Like I said, I found the game, bought it, and pretty much started playing it, and I have played it for quite some time. So yeah, so we will get through. So
now go!
Welcome back, Underlord. I must say, I wasn't expecting you quite so soon. The transference may have left you feeling a bit foggy in the head. Focus now. I'll try to ease you back into it. Fortunately, this does seem to get easier each time. This is your home realm, the source of your power, and the anchor that binds you to reality. Many years ago it was destroyed, and you were cast out into formless nothing. Fortunately, you've returned from your exile to once again challenge those who would stand between us and the mortal realm of Kairos. Your resurrection heralds the next phase of our assault upon its wretched empire, now led by the newly crowned Emperor Lucius. But he is least and final of our worries. It's his generals and the protection of their goddess Kira that will truly test our mettle. Ready yourself, Underlord. Let's begin our war for the Overworld.
Woot woot. Now, a lot of you who have played similar games to this before will probably recognize our voice. That voice, that exact voice, has narrated a game before called Dungeon Keeper. And this game...
Welcome back, Underlord. It's been a long time since you were banished to the Ether. You've returned as a husk of your former self, but I've taught far denser Underlords than you. Let's start with the basics. This is your dungeon core, the tether that allows you to manifest your malignant will. If destroyed, your consciousness will once again be scattered to the void. Your workers are an extension of your dark will. They have many jobs, but their main focus is in carving out the halls of your dungeon. Put them to work by clicking and dragging your cursor upon the flashing tiles to tag them for excavation. Your workers will now rush forth to dig out and claim the tagged area. Once they have laid down the stones, marking the ground as your own, you will be able to build rooms upon the finished tiles. While your lackeys get to work, look to the east of your dungeon core. You have claimed a gateway. This is a gateway, one of the many portals that you'll use to attract minions to your dungeon. Order your workers to dig a path to it now. Now that you have a gateway, minions can enter into your service. But first, you'll need to build the rooms necessary to entice them in. Start by building a barracks. This room will allow your minions to hone their combat skills without the risk of permanent death or disfigurement. Select it and build it by clicking and dragging your hand across the claimed tiles. Most rooms must be built at least 3 by 3 in order to function properly.
Yep.
Though the lair and vault are effective at any size. A gnarling has entered your dungeon. A gnarling has entered your dungeon. Attracted by the barracks, these green-skinned scrappers aren't quite right in the head, and they'll happily hack at your foes until someone is dead. Outside of combat, gnarlings will train themselves within your barracks.
There he goes.
You can pick them up with a click if you find them slouching off, then deposit them anywhere within your dungeon with a right click. For further entertainment, you can always put yourself directly into their heads
this is always
by
fun.
casting possession upon them.
No, like you actually see as they do. So
You
you
can
see
increase the
through helmet.
efficiency of props within your rooms by fortifying the walls closest to the props. Workers will fortify walls automatically when they've completed all their other tasks. Now that you have some minions, you will need to cater for
Press
their
escape,
basic
get out of it.
needs. First, build a lair, so the pitiful little meat sacks can get some rest. Well done.
There we go.
But see how your gold reserves have been depleted. Command your workers to mine some of the nearby gold by tagging the gleaming tiles.
There.
They collect and return gold to your dungeon coffers, allowing you to spend it on whatever your dark heart desires. Your core can store up to 16,000 gold pieces. But if that number sounds pitifully small, or if wealth inspires the evil in you, simply build a vault to store more. Now that you've got a bit of coin in your pocket, you can build a slaughter pan. This room produces scores of micro-piglets, a delicacy that will sustain the weak flesh of your minions by filling their bellies with succulent pig flesh.
There we go. Now that can get him to shut up for a few minutes. But yeah, this game basically, as I was saying before, a lot of people probably recognize the guy's voice because he narrated for another game called Dungeon Keeper, which was a game I dearly loved when I was a little bit younger. Played it immensely. Both Dungeon Keeper and Dungeon Keeper 2. There was also Dungeon Keeper Deeper Dungeon. And this, pretty much for all intents and purposes, was as much as devs could get away with to making the next one. And it's a fantastic game, and like I said, I wanted to get this game the attention it deserved because it's amazing. It really is. So yeah, I am basically going to play through this game as much as you guys want me to. I'm also going to be working on my Minecraft series as well, which I kind of have intentions to basically make it a constant ongoing series, while games on the side like this one would be changing to whatever tickled my fancy at the time.
Your dungeon has been breached. Cast Rally upon these spectres, and your minions will immediately sally forth to wreak bloody havoc.
There we go. That is basically a call to arms flag. No matter what my creatures are doing, wherever they are, they will immediately go there and basically beat up whatever's there. Your imps in this game are actually pretty powerful. I mean, look at that one, he's already level 5. And they can also do stuff.
Well done. Now finish off the rest of these manifestations with a second rally flag.
These imps can do all sorts of stuff. They can even teleport from one location to another, so they could be mining something.
Your gnarlings made short work of those spectres.
And then they'll teleport to the
See
front.
how they still circle the flag? You can dismiss rally flags by slapping them with a right click. This should allow your minions to return to their jobs.
Or
Tend their needs in a
I
timely
can click
fashion.
that little button there. And that
You can
gets rid of
cast
it too.
recall upon a minion to immediately return them to your dungeon.
Oh, yeah, this is
So
always
if
good.
they are attacked as it channels,
That one.
then the spell will fizzle into nothing.
Watch. Poof, he's gone.
You're on a
Should
roll,
appear.
Underlord. And I've been waiting
there.
far too long to begin my war for the Overworld. Let us enter the realm of Kairos and continue your retraining against a more fitting enemy.
There we go. That's it. It's a basic. This level is
Well
a basic
done,
tutorial.
Underlord. I see it's all coming back quite quickly. I expected nothing less. But there's much still to learn. Why don't we work in a bit of murder while we're at it? It's time for you to enter the realm of Kairos.
So yeah, this is basically tells you all the information for each level, and then it's got little bits that were spoken while you were playing the levels. It's got little things here that you can click on and stuff like that. So it gives you a bit of information. Barretts, the gnarling, recall, rally, the worker, and then slaughter pen, layer, vault, gateway. This is all the stuff that I had. And then obviously you've got your achievements at the side. And then that one. This one was a build of 5x5. These are all achievements you can get pretty quickly. See, I completed it in 7 minutes 30 seconds. You can complete it in 5 minutes, easy enough. But yeah, so we will continue and do another level. Now while I'm doing this, I'm recording, I don't know exactly how much of a level I'm going to be able to get done in one recording, obviously. I do want to keep the videos to about a 30-minute running still, so obviously seeing as, you know, we've only been recording about 15 minutes and we've already done one level. Now you notice that bit floats up as well as that bit. That is like my pet dungeon area where I basically, it's a free build. You get to build whatever you've got unlocked, because as you go through you'll unlock more rooms and unlock more monsters. Well, in this dungeon, which will be your pet, which is your pet dungeon, it's your home realm, basically, where your mobs go. You can go there and you can build the rooms you've just unlocked. It's a way of tinkering around with them some more and basically better getting to know what each room does and the best setup for each room. So yeah, we'll have a look at that at a later time. Let's go and do the first proper campaign.
Now's the time for a bigger challenge. Before you lies an Imperial keep, guarded by a certain Lord Rusimov. He had a bit of an accident that melted most of his face, but he's no less vigilant a soldier. He's been sent to guard an object that could threaten our campaign. Get in there, and burn the rest of him, Underlord.
So yeah, this basically is what the narrator just said, and you can get him to repeat it. And then this one is basic breakdown. You use your renewed strength to defeat Lord Rusimov and the inhibitor he gets. So yeah, and then obviously these are the achievements that you're available to get, and as you can see, I've already completed the level and I already found the 2 artifacts that is hidden in the level. Every level has hidden stuff, and basically when you play the level, you finish and it'll tell you before you go in what you can do, and then it'll tell you at the end what you managed to unlock. It basically gives you free replay value. You know, if you want to gather all the achievements and stuff like that, you can do that. There's some artwork going on here.
We've punctured the veil of this world through a schism, a point of weakness in the bonds between realms. Unfortunately for us, the Empire has crafted defenses to keep us from the heart of their kingdom. These inhibitors prevent underlords from trespass, but whether it's bone or stone, it can be broken. I suspect that this Empire force has yet to taste true battle. But before you go engaging them, you'll need to muster up some minions.
There we go. Nope. Oh.
Unfortunately for me, your time in the ether has left you a weak husk of your former self. In order to reacquire your powers, you will need to access the veins of evil. Open them now.
That's this.
Use a sin to unlock the archive.
And these are the veins of evil. And as you go through the levels, you'll unlock them. As you can see, a lot of them are underneath cages. Well, when I click on this,
archive unlocked.
The cage moves down.
This room will allow your minions to research additional sins, which can be spent to recover your lost powers. Build one now to begin researching additional sins. You have claimed a gateway.
Right, what we'll do is we'll use this room as a bit of a layer for us. Actually, let's keep that one there. Clear out this bit of
To have your workers prioritize objectives in a specific area, place a worker rally banner in that location.
So you do that. And that
Build an archive, Underlord. Your forgotten powers are far more impressive than those you currently wield.
That basically, you see, it's lit up the whole area in green, so the imps will prioritize this over anything else. Are they called imps? Or are they just called workers? Just called workers. Yeah, they're just called workers. If you mouse over them and this is still long enough, you get information about the worker. There. Use your names as well. So yeah. Right, okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll click on this to get rid of that rally. There. What's this? Yeah. Basically that one rallies the workers. That one prevents them from going anywhere. So say I didn't want them going down here, I would just put that there and that would prevent them from going down there. Just now, what I actually want them to do is I want them to claim over here so that I can actually get that. Build the archive, there we go. You can pick things up as well. There. You have to make sure it's glowing blue to pick it up, which doesn't always mean that your pointer is right over it. Makes it difficult to see sometimes. Come on, where are you? There. And then that one too. And then we'll just dump it all.
Build a larger vault, Underlord.
Yeah, I'll be spending it soon enough.
A cultist has entered your dungeon. A cultist has found its way into your dungeon. Attracted by the magical tomes within your archive, these minions will spend most of their time researching sins for you. Though they are weak combatants, they have the power to curse your foes, making them weak to your other minions' blows. Your minions are unfortunate beings of weak flesh. Build them a lair so they may rest. A hungry minion can always find work elsewhere. Build a slaughter pen before your minions starve.
Every now and again you'll hear the voices of your cultists saying things. Well, in this case it's cultists saying things. Or other creatures will say things as well, which is pretty... I don't know how well you guys will be able to hear them talking. There we go.
You need a larger vault.
Yeah, I'll deal with the vault in a minute. I've got other things to do just now.
A new sin is available to you.
Oh, well done. Okay, cool. Right. What's down this way? Okay, what I want to do is I want to open this up. This. And then... we can... oh, I think the workers have got it, actually. There we go. Build
a new sin is available to you.
layer here.
You've discovered a perception shrine.
Right, that's fine as it is. Okie dokie. Perception shrine. Ah, yes, here we are. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, stop it from bloody harassing me. It won't do very much.
You've claimed the perception shrine. You've got another sin to use, Underlord.
Yep.
Your cultists have worked hard to earn a new sin. Use it within the veins of evil to unlock the tavern. This room provides your minions with succulent cooked pig flesh and stout ales. After eating a meal within its hearthed halls, their spirits will be raised, increasing their productivity for a short time. The tavern is an essential room for keeping your minions fed. As they increase in level, they will eventually rebel if there is no tavern to sate their hunger. To remove the fog of war in a particular area, cast the prophecy spell, which can be unlocked in the veins of evil. Build one now, and remember that the tavern is unique and must be built at least 3 by 5 in order to be effective.
Basically 3 by 5. That's the tavern there. Now, here, the perception shrine. Now, as you can see, when I claim this perception
A new Sid
stone-
is available to you.
Yes, yes, yes. It opened up and explored a new area around here, so I can now see all this area. So I can see this guy's lair over here. I can see his vault, and also see where he's got his food. It's pretty good. So, yep, that's that done. Okay, so now what we want to do...
Your minions have researched a sin for you.
Let's do this. Can go in there. Alrighty then, now we'll do the tavern, please.
A gnarling has entered your dungeon.
There we go. Now what we
You'll
do...
still need a slaughter pen in order to keep your tavern stocked. But in a pinch, you can always drop some alternative meat into the grinder.
Basically, I have a choice.
Rooms will only attract a certain number of minions before becoming full. In order to attract more, you'll need to expand them.
Basically, you need more. Now, with this thing, basically, you notice I was dropping
Payday has
pigs.
come again.
Yes, yes.
Nothing in this life is free under Lord.
You see the
And
little
you'll
green
regularly
line?
need to pay your minions for their hard work. Be sure to keep an eye on your reserves, for if you've not enough gold for their wages, they'll be swift to find gainful employment elsewhere. Fortunately, your minions will return some of their earnings by buying meals within your own tavern. What a delicious arrangement.
Now, basically, as you notice, I was dropping pigs in there. But what I can also do is I could actually pick up one of my minions and drop them in. I haven't actually done it yet, but I'm going to do it in the future just to test. I think when you get prisoners, when you get a prison, which means you can capture enemy guys when you've knocked them out, I think you can pick them up and drop them in as well, which fills it up.
Something evil stirs out there. Scouts, go find what the hell's making all that racket.
Rally your minions to defeat these scouts once they breach your dungeon. Let's
Right.
keep Sarusimov in the dark a little while longer. You should try using the lightning and heal spells to assist your minions in combat.
There we go. Alright, let's open this area up a bit here. And we'll see if we can get a...
The health of minions is represented by petals surrounding their unit shield. Once
go.
no petals remain, a creature will fall unconscious and soon die, unless returned to its lair to recover.
There we go. They're all unconscious, but I can't do anything with them because I don't have any prison or anything like that. So yeah. And just beat the crap out of them.
To have your minions
There we
ignore
go.
rally flags and remain focused on their current objectives, you can assign them to the Peace Band.
They should be back by now. Ugh. Bar the doors. We wait for reinforcements.
Look how easily your minions cut down these sappers. If I didn't know better, I'd say the Empire is woefully unprepared. Once minions are rested, you can leave them to their work or force them to train by dropping them in a barracks.
There we go. Now that's full. There we go. So that's now full of piggies. So we'll quite happily keep this table full of food when my minions come in and eat stuff. Right, now I can't do any more with this. The two I picked up earlier was Unlocked Annex, which basically it is, if you read it there, you dig out a wall, tile, or claim a ground tile adjacent to your own territory. It cannot be cast on walls or tiles claimed by an enemy. So, let's see if I can use an example here. I can basically
You could
do
use
that,
a trim of your nails once in a while.
and then do that. See? But I can't do
If you
it,
don't
yeah.
want to do something, you could at least vocalize it under Lord.
So yeah. And then the other one I got, which was this one, a prophecy spell. basically allows me to do that. It uncovers areas for me for a brief amount of time. What's going on over here? Oh right, they're fighting. Yeah, you see they're fighting now. Seeing as he's fighting, I can do that. And I can heal him. I can't cast any spells on the guy though, because he's not on the climb. He's not on a claim tile. So let's get this cultist some help and rally some more troops to their side. Because just now I don't actually have a barracks. So let's get take that out. There we go. So he'll just have a load of cultists coming to give him a hand with this guy. Let's get rid of that, so then as soon as they're done, they'll finish fighting. Let's see if we can speed this up a little. Now, obviously, as you can see, I've got a blue bar up here, which basically is my mana, and I've got an orange bar up here, which is my gold. There we go. Right, let's get some more rooms. And voila. So there we go. Alright. So that's that. So now what we basically do is we wait for them to start climbing up further up, and then we'll basically defeat this guy. In fact, you know what? He's not actually that difficult. Let's get into a fight. But this is pretty much the game. You build a dungeon. As you go, it gets harder and harder. It really does get harder and harder. It's not that easy. This is only easy because they're basically easing you into the game and letting you get back, basically get into the flow, or back into the flow, as he says, because obviously, you know, we've returned.
If any of your minions fall in combat, your workers will attempt to rescue them and return them to their lair, where they may rest and recover.
Alright, let's move them in. Right, so
The enemy have breached the damn walls. Steel yourselves, lads.
I didn't breach the wall, I breached the door. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. Here we can do a Huey spell, and we can just basically. Yeah, I need to wait. No one's actually needing healed, so it's all good. Alright, let's go here first. Cultists obviously have to break down the door before they can get in. And as you can see, I've got a worker that actually comes up behind them. I've had that happen a few times. I've sent my guys into battle and there's been that one worker that just follows them. And there we go. We're breaking down this guy's doors. We'll just get over that way. We're basically after him. Now you'll notice he's got a special little bubble around his name. That means he's got an extra lot of health, so I've got to break through it slowly. So hopefully my guy's up to the challenge.
Build a larger vault, Underlord.
I don't actually have a vault yet, so... There we go, let's do that. And then we'll just do this. Like that. Right, how are these guys doing? Okay, they broke through that bit. So now I want them to come over here, and I want them to basically attack this guy. So let's get them in there. But yeah, you see if I can zoom in a little. There we go. See how he's got little bigger petals on these little ones. Well, my guys, as you can see, are going right through it, and he's out.
The light is gone. Kira, I am extinguished.
It seems almost charitable to put him out of his misery.
There we go. He was the boss, basically. That was it. So yeah, that was pretty much that level. I've got to destroy this crystal thing here now. Zoom out a little bit. There. Oh, here you go. You can see it here. You couldn't see it from that one. But this is its health bubble. Now, obviously with the fancy circle around it with the wings, that basically means that's your main objective. And then these are its health bars. It's got to go through the big ones and then through the little ones, and that's it basically destroyed. So as you can see, it's starting to... My minions are wailing on it, breaking bits off.
Well done, Underlord.
And there we go.
You're learning much
Done.
faster this time.
Yeah, it's saying that because like I said, I've
We've
played
barely
through
even
this.
started, and you already have a notch on your belt. Well done, Underlord.
So yeah, I took it
There's
slow
no
that
rest
time.
for the wicked. 2 inhibitors still stand between us and the mainland. But after your butchery of poor Lord Rusimov, I doubt they'll be as weakly defended.
But there you go. Like I said, I am kind of tinkering around and taking my time with these levels. So if you want me to try and see if I can beat them within the time limits of the achievements, let me know, you know. And I will quite happily do that. So I think for now, that will basically do us. And as you can see, as I've defeated it, you notice how it's gone all burning. It's all on fire now. That basically means I've completed that level. That is it. And this now is highlighted, so this is my next one. And the purple ring basically is the shield from the inhibitors. So they're basically keeping me trapped in that area. I can't move out until I've defeated everybody in here. And that's basically it. I mean, I really do like this game, and I do hope you guys enjoy me playing it. Like I said, these first few levels are really easy ones, so you won't see me struggle too much to beat these guys. But as we go on, that's when the difficulty comes in, and you start seeing more different minions, different rooms, and I come up with different, you know, ways to create my base. And also when I'm doing my pet dungeon, if you're wanting to see me do the more sandbox build kind of thing, quite happy to do that too, just so you can see what the rooms are that I've got available. So yeah, I think for now we will basically call that a good vid here. As always, like if you liked my video, dislike if you disliked it. Feel free to share it around, leave a comment, tell me what you think of this game, and that's it. I will catch you guys in the next episode. Bye!